Hare Om. Now we'll see the third sutra. Second one we understood in the previous part. That Patanjali gives a definition of yoga, that yoga is to control the functions of mind and ultimately to stop the functions of mind also. When we understand this sutra, definitely the question arises in our mind that why to control and what happens after controlling or after blocking of the mind. Because our total life is controlled by the mind. And when the mind stops functioning, what's going to happen? Because Patanjali says that we have to stop the functions of mind. Now this question is answered in the third sutra. Sutra says, Tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. Tada means after that. As I told you, all sutras are interconnected. So when Patanjali says Tada, it means after controlling the functions of mind or after blocking the functions of mind totally. That is the meaning of Tada. Now drashtu, this word is understood in proper sense. Literally meaning is seer, who sees. And when such words are used, it indicates that not only seeing, who listens, who tastes, who smells and who touches and all that. That is why drashtu indicates the soul, the Atman or the Purush, as explained in Sankhya and in Patanjali's Yoga Sutra also. So this drashtu or Atman is a controlling energy of our body and mind. Body is existing, mind, yes, we know it is there. But somebody is controlling the mind also. And that is drashtu, or that is soul, or that is Atman, or that is Purush. So that is the meaning of drashtu. Swarupe and avasthanam. Avasthanam means resides. And Swarupe is the original state of that drashtu, that Atman or that soul. Now here Patanjali wants to refer the concept of Ishwar, or we can say the universal consciousness. And drashtu is a individual consciousness. Or Ishwar and Purush, as said in Sankhya and Patanjali. Or Paramatman and Atman. Different words are used there. We know the total universe is created by something. That creator of the universe and controller of the universe and even destroyer of the universe. This is all connected with Paramatman or Ishwar. And that is a original state of Purusha or Atman. Suppose the Paramatman or Ishwar is ocean, then you take a drop of that water, keep it in a bowl. So the drop kept in a bowl is drashtu functioning in the body-mind complex. And ocean is, of course, the Paramatman or Ishwar. So drop came out from the ocean only. Similarly, the drashtu, Atma, is a part and parcel of the Paramatma only. So Paramatma is the original state of Atma. Ocean is the original state of drop. So that is why Patanjali wants to say that after controlling or stopping or blocking the functions of mind, the drashtu resides in its original state. That is, drashtu becomes Paramatman. So Atman becomes Paramatman. Or we can say individual consciousness becomes universal consciousness. So this is the ultimate aim of yoga, that to evolve the state of consciousness, individual consciousness, and merges it in universal consciousness. So that is a total process, total end of yoga. So in these first three sutras, Patanjali gives the complete concept of yoga in nutshell form. Of course, the details are explained hereafter, that we'll see in different sutras. Hari Om.